All right, welcome back. We're not done with high school sports yet. When we were looking at the schedule for the games we needed to cover tonight, one that stuck out was that battle between NBA and Fairleigh. This one has all the makings of a slugfest. That's why ABC24's Rich Denson was on the sidelines. Rich?
Yeah, Ruben, nothing we love more in football than a rivalry. And tonight we got a region rivalry on our hands. It always seems to be something when the NBA execs and Fairleigh Bulldogs hook up. Two teams entered 4-2 on the night, but only one would be on top by night's end. A bit of technical difficulties I was having with my camera at the beginning, so let's switch it up and put some music in here. You know what they say, blinking you'll miss it. That almost happened to me while I was trying to get my audio working. I look up and look at that. Young man, NBA, number 5, Lorenz Wright, text opening kickoff into the end zone. Execs on the board first 6-0, and they'd eventually stretch that lead to 12-0. But if you think this was a rout, Fairleigh says, nah. Quarterback, number 1, Andrew Johnson, drops back, and he's got a man down the sideline is number 2, Troyce Grimsley. Gets dusty on that field, and he left the defenders in the dust for the touchdown. Bulldogs not done yet. After a lot of hoopla, they go for 2, and this is just classic football, Ruben. Right up the middle, Elijah Davis for the successful try. Bulldogs up, down 12-8 after this. Let's go to the second quarter. Fairleigh has a 4th down in the red zone. Gotta have it, right? They get it. A snag again. Mr. Grimsley, second touchdown on the night for the senior. Bulldogs go up 14-12 here, and I literally just got the final score just a few moments ago. They won on a game-winning touchdown with 3 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, got the victory 20-18. That was your final at John P. Freeman Stadium. Fairleigh wins 20-18.
It's a lot, Rich, for that. You obviously, you got to love Rich's energy, right? He's all in that thing. All right, let's get you caught up on some of the other scores for tonight. In an overtime game, Briarcrest comes out on top over Christian Brothers, get a touchdown in the overtime to get that win, 24-17.
And MUS getting shut out on the road at Brentwood Academy, 35-0. MUS, their second loss of the season.
I would not have guessed that score. How about North Point and St. George? Both teams coming in like 4-1 or 4-2, something like that on the year. And then North Point serving up the shutout, 21-0 in that one.
And then Covington, an underrated team here in the Mid-South area, they keep it going with a win, 62-7 at Bolivar Central.
Look at all these Madden scores on the board tonight. Haywood County at Millington, another shutout, 44-0. Again, Millington held to no points on the night.
And Lausanne, they've had a tough go as of late, but they get a victory at ECS 42-17.
That sets up a good game with Lausanne and who? Collierville next week. That's going to be a good one. All right, not to be outdone, the Arlington Tigers looking to get back in the win column this week. They actually held their game last night, but you might have missed it. Check out this aerial view of Arlington Tiger Stadium. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. All right, let's pick things up in the first quarter. Rod Lucas, the big man, finds Nick Anderson, not the basketball player, the football player, into the end zone. 7-0 Arlington Tigers on top at this point. Arlington getting it done in the air, but they can get it done on the ground as well. They always turn off the lights whenever they score, have a little celebration every time Arlington gets in there. Yeah, that's right. Sing it for me. Arlington getting it done on the ground. Kerrion Foster with the tough run inside. He's pumped about it. Look how flex a little bit for yourself, young man. 14-0 at that point. Arlington on top. They're continuing to roll, but Cordova does respond. Anthony Houston, I'm going to keep this one myself on the little RPO action. Gets around the end. Somebody forgot to contain the edge. 14-7. Arlington still on top, but Arlington does keep the gas on this one, though, after they've already got the lead. Lucas finding somebody else. This time it's Jack Tidwell. A little dump-off pass, and then Tidwell does a really good job of using his body to get into the end zone for the touchdown. 15 yards on that one. Arlington wins easy, 35-7. All right, so that's the scores, but not all of the highlights, Rich.
Yeah, time now for our play of the night, and this one comes from the North Point Christian Trojans.
Yeah, check it out. A long touchdown run from QB1 Palmer King. Look at him go. I love watching the referees run next to him on the long ones. Yeah, that was the last touchdown of the night for the Trojans. They went on to shut out St. George's 21-0. That improves them to what?
5-2 on the season. Shout out to Jim Ferguson for the video. And yes, king me, Palmer King, king me.
Let's just watch this man run one more time. Oh, you got to get that tackle.
He had to dot the I.
You got to get that tackle, big dog. I'm going to tell you right now, on film day, that dude's going to hate that play because they're going to rewind it 3 or 4 times and tell him he's got to make that tackle. All right, do you have a play of the night that we need to see that you want everybody else to see? Well, send it to us. It's the only way we're going to get it, right? You can always send it to us on X. You can at myself or Rich on our handles there. You see them right there on the screen. Or don't forget, you can text us
at that number, 901-321-7520, or use the hashtag ABC24floor. Make sure you give us the name, the player, the game, and the situation.